These 8 young men are the UK's most pathetic wimps. They've all lost the idea of what it is to be a real man, but they're about to embark on a mission to turn their lives around. Through a series of brutal trials, they'll be battling to rediscover the value of courage, strength, pain, honour, and the ones who survive might even learn how to fight their way out of a wet paper bag. Finally, one of them will become the Wimps To Warriors champion. Guiding the weeds on their journey is a merciless, real-life tough guy who's come all the way from the Canadian Rockies.
Welcome. Time to start kicking some ass. My name's Craig Campbell, and I'm going to be taking these self-described wimps through the most harrowing ordeals of their lives. Taking it upon myself as a personal challenge to make sure that these vessels of human potential are turned into testosterone-pumping men. Being raised in Canada, I know all about having the piss taken out of you for looking like a twig, and I know that nothing changes unless you do.
The wimps are going to be isolated here in this remote forest. And so they don't die of hypothermia, Craig set up this dome for them to live in. It's shaped like a huge breast so they can think of their mothers if they ever feel like blubbing. As soon as they arrive, they'll be trained up and subjected to a number of brutal trials, based on genuine male rites of passage from around the world and throughout history. Each trial is designed to bring out a different aspect of masculinity. Halfway through the course, Craig will be booting out 4 of the guys, the most inadequate failures, leaving the rest to battle on until one becomes leader of the pack. One thing these lost souls have in common is they all want to change. So we've cut them off from the outside world. Already they're facing the first rung on their journey to manliness, getting out of a car.
Even the Queen can get herself out of a Land Rover.
Go, get up here as quickly as you can, please!
Let's get to know the first 4 wimps. Meet John. He's 20, lives in Staffordshire, and freely admits to being a weedy computer geek. John may be 6'6" tall, but he's less than 10 stone, has the figure of a pipe cleaner, and is practically allergic to physical activity.
I don't lift weights, I don't play football or rugby or anything like that. I'm not really a big sporty person.
He never did like PE, we always wanted, Mum, can you do a note for me so I can get out of PE?
John has no social life, largely due to his disturbing taste in music.
Brass followed by Russ Abbott and Rolf Harris and things like that. There is one track, whenever my computer is booted, and this track comes either on the stereo, the radio, or in my CD collection, it's Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love, especially the 2003 remix. I always have to play Tetris, and it's a really good tune to actually play Tetris too.
On the upside, he adores dressing up.
I do have a lot of bright cotton shirts, I always seem to wear them quite a lot, so...
John lives in a world of his own.
11,644.
A rather childish one. Turning him into a man is going to be an uphill grind.
As the phrase goes, nice guys finish last. Might be after this show I will sort of be more of a bad boy, hopefully. Well, I can't actually get much more of a nice guy than I am already.
This is Norman. He's 20 and describes himself as a bullied doormat.
I'm just a pushover. No, literally, you could just push me over from a finger and I'll just fall flat on my back or my face, you know.
He lives in Gillingham, near a football ground, where the supporters constantly pick on him. He's now terrified in his own neighbourhood and blames it on his feeble, wimpy body. And that's what he's desperate to fix.
I need both hands to help me. Well, what I'd really like to improve about myself is my chest, my stomach, my arms, my shoulders, my legs.
Norman doesn't have a job or any skills, but he's quite vain, is keen to stand up for himself and does have an intriguingly irrational ambition.
I would like to get into acting, modelling, anything like that.
Norman's a one-off. He always feels insecure. He doesn't think that he's enough as a person.
I don't really get a lot of respect from the public in general. To just take one look at me, they've got to find something which is humorous and make jokes about it.
Stranger men have become warriors. We can only wait and see. Here's Michael. He's 24, looks about 13 and has a girl's job in Peterborough.
I work at Dorothy Perkins for a living.
Weighing in at just 7 stone, Michael is the pinnacle of Wimpton.
When it comes to boxes, heavy ones, we don't bother asking Mike because he's really not any better than any of us.
The fact I'm still the only bloke at my workplace does still make me, you know, feel awkward when I'm telling people what I do for a living. Oh my God, he works in a ladies' store. You know, they're going to think the worst, basically. They're going to think that ain't right, that ain't manly. You know, but I think people who really know me will know I am actually quite good at my job.
He looks so young, he's usually turned away from pubs.
When I go out, the one thing I always take with me is my passport.
He rarely gets in. However, one time he did. 2 Alco pops later, he passed out and claims to have come round in a disabled toilet with a dinner lady performing a sex act on him. Michael's very competitive and wants to win, so he's got something to show the girls. This little geek is James. He's a 22-year-old student and shame on legs for the male gender.
I'm a bit weedy, it's to be said.
James is actually frightened of girls.
Women go around clubs in packs of like 8 or something, so penetrating, there's maybe a different word apart from penetrating would be better in this instance.
He does get stuck in, though, showing off around his hometown of Lincoln on a stupid unicycle. Like that'll get him a girlfriend.
I don't think a unicycle's much of a turn-on for the women.
Oh, and he hates dirty pavements. Could be the dark wimp of the group.
So this is it. This is where you're going to be living for 3 weeks. I hope we're excited about that, yes?
Yep.
I know that some of you are here because you feel that you're weak. Some of you are here because you feel like you're not a hit with the ladies. Some of you are afraid of certain things.
Say hello to Chris. Not many people do, because Chris here is a tax clerk and a wimp of such magnitude his colleagues treat him like dirt and make him do their work.
Yeah, that's fine.
The only exercise 28-year-old Chris gets is noodling with his calculator and showing his little boy how to grow flowers.
No, a right big one.
The right big one?
Chris forgot he was a man and made pals with the pansies after being beaten up by a girl at school.
She was hinting me all the time, and I just screamed away, running straight to the teacher.
Now, even Chris's wife bullies him with that terrifying material, cotton wool.
The feeling, it's just so scratchy, and when you rip it apart, it makes that horrible noise. I call him the Shadow, because he's just a shadow of the man he could be, really.
Oh dear, this softy's going to be hard work. Meet Richard. At the age of 24, Richard has achieved next to nothing in life.
I think I'm more a boy than a man.
He still lives with his mum and dad.
I'd say I'm a bit of a mama's boy. She does tend to do everything for me.
Richard can't even control his tiny puppy, and his girlfriend humiliates him in public. What he really wants to achieve is to be able to go for a paddle in the shallow end of the pool without being dunked by those bigger boys.
Once I was in a swimming pool with my friends and a bad lad tried to constantly dunking me to a stage where I was struggling to breathe. I couldn't fight him off. It took a few of my friends to get him off me, and I would like to stand up to the likes of him.
Not looking good, has to be said. This is Mike. We're not sure if 19-year-old 8-stone Mike is capable of being a man, let alone a warrior.
Me personally, I'm not very manly.
Unlike lots of wimps, Mike is a social creature who does all he can to help out his friend about the house.
When I get home at night, I just take my clothes off and put them on the floor, and then by the morning they're washed, ironed and put back in my drawer, which is fantastic.
Fear of flying is one thing, however Mike has taken this to a new level. He's afraid of planes full stop.
Oh, God, I can't fit that.
The very sight of one of those strange metal birds has him running for cover.
I don't know, I feel like they're going to drop at the sky or something.
It's still in the sky. Oh, it's horrible.
He once ran for cover in some woods and got lost. Wonder how he'll cope in our remote forest. Here's the biggest wimp of the lot. House husband Paul, all 20 stone of him.
It's not really an awful lot going on, masculinity-wise with me.
There's nothing Paul enjoys more than a bit of sport. Well, if you count an unnatural obsession with David Beckham as sport.
He's just so good at everything. I would love to aspire to be him.
Even when he was little, he didn't like sports, dear. He wanted to sweep at the end of the race without actually running.
Paul has picked up some bad habits after years of being under the thumb of wife Tracy. Now he spends his spare time dusting and doing the washing.
Handpicked, definitely.
Henpecked's a very subjective term.
Why buy a dog when you can have a husband like Paul?
Paul's parents have very high hopes for him.
There's a man in there, bursting to come out.
He may be just full of pizza, though. But there is hope here. Paul has recently put his foot down and started drinking brown ale again after a 6-year ban from his wife.
Lovely.
Now that is warrior spirit.
I desperately want to win. Desperately want to win. I want to show everybody out there who I am, what I am, and what I can do, and I will win. Nothing better than a nice pizza. That's what I say.
The quicker we do this, the quicker we can achieve some results. So let's get inside, get into our kit, and get ready for the first trial. Please hurry!
Jesus. Coming up, these 8 feeble wimps take their first step on the way to warriorship by racing up huge poles. They'll also learn how to fend off a thug. And they'll be turning all tribal by piercing their own pathetic bodies. Not that we're sadistic, it's for their own good.
Welcome back to Wimps to Warriors, the show that's setting out to prove that even the most ineffectual mamas, boys, and computer geeks can be turned into warriors given the right circumstances. In a few minutes, we're going to send the men up in competition to see who's going to be the first to the top of these massive poles.
The inspiration for the first trial comes from Australia. For centuries, boys from the Wiradjuri tribe of Aborigines would not be recognised as men until they'd successfully shinned up a tree that had been stripped of its branches and bark. Symbolically, the idea was about reaching the sky and some kind of religious nonsense, but of course it was really about exposing the weaklings who couldn't overcome fear.
There you go. You get up to the top of the pole, and if you're too weak, you fall off, break your neck, and die, so there's no chance you're going to reproduce and bring down the rest of the tribe. Well, we still do this in some parts of the world. In Bavaria, they race to the top of buttered poles and grab sausages off the top, and if you get the sausages first, you're the king. We're going to do a similar thing here, but we're going to first have to train them up.
This man monkey is Stuart Witt, world champion pole climber. Stuart here can rappel himself up an 80-foot pole in 11 seconds. Some of our boys have never even made it up a climbing frame.
So you're the world champion pole climber?
Yeah, I was of 2003, yeah.
Why would you say that this is a manly sport?
Well, when you're racing up there, you've got your knuckles right next to the pole and you're pulling bits of skin off and your nails can sometimes fall off and that, and you get bits of splinters all over your hands and your knees get shredded.
Good old
Absolutely.
guy fun.
The most dangerous one, I think, was when a guy actually tipped upside down from when he slipped down and his spikes dug in and he flipped over backwards and I broke his back in one place. So.
Wild.
They're going to have a bit of a grueling task, and I don't think they're going to fare up very well.
Before the trial can commence, Stuart is going to give the Wimps some basic safety training. If they can make it up this hill.
Come on, John, get up here. Dig deep.
It's only day one for the would-be warriors, but already one individual, John, has wound up some of the group with his relentless chattering.
It's going to be interesting. I just don't like that.
John, I've got a challenge for you.
Shut up.
Yeah, keep your mouth shut the rest of the day, yeah?
The trial is going to be quite a test for these guys. They'll need good coordination in order to avoid getting tangled up in the gear, and a head for heights at the top of the poles. Paul hates heights and is beginning to get the shakes.
Yeah, I'm going to throw up.
A little bit nervous, but mostly confident. I think I'll make it. Emphasising the word think.
Hopefully I won't sound too cocky about it, but I really enjoyed it. The little test one. That's going to shoot up there as high as fast as possible.
Crapping myself. Yeah, it's really frightening. It's a lot higher than the last one, and let's give it a go.
It's just a matter of if my nerves go once it starts swaying.
Norman, John, Michael. Rules are simple. First to the top, 10 points. Do not leave until you hear the gun. This is what it's all about, boys. This is competition. This is why salmon swim upstream. This is why cocks fight ready! Climb! 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 Snell!
The first 4 Wimps are off. Let's hope they don't let Craig down. Oh dear, it is a dismal start though. Stuart, their instructor, can climb 80 foot in 11 seconds. The weaklings are not even 8 foot off the ground after the same time. Computer geek John has found a burst of speed. His freakish 6'6" frame has come into its own.
I didn't think this would be that easy, actually.
Mike was crapping himself at the bottom, and strangely enough, still was at the top.
Looked up then, I thought, oh. Then it started fighting me, and then I got to the top, got a flag in.
Let's go, Norman!
Over on Norman's pole, things are about to take a turn for the worse.
You're standing on the rope. I don't think that's the right technique.
The belt and the rope somehow managed to get tangled.
You're hooked up. It looks like a bit of a tug-of-war there, Norman.
I'm not sure how it happened. I tried to sort of like go back down for the rope.
That's the wrong direction, Norman. To the top.
I got out of that situation. I can't remember how I did it. It's all a blur now.
Norman, the human doormat, has made a complete mess of this trial. He doesn't have a clue what's going on here.
I struggled on this one. It's just the first one. I've really got to start thinking about, well, what's going to come next.
He'll need more balls and brains if he's going to get anywhere in life. Big Girl's blouse Michael has buggered this right up too. He's the biggest disgrace, getting only halfway up the pole.
Not as fun as that time you were f***ing the girl in the disabled toilets, I guess.
It went wrong. I struggled, I couldn't do it, and I think I knew that when I was halfway up when I stopped for a breather.
You all right, Michael? Getting a bit tired, huh?
After that, it weren't going to work. I was never going to do it.
Oh, Michael. That's it?
I just struggled from a body strength perspective. I'm still pleased the fact that I've still attempted it and I went up halfway anyway.
I'm very nervous because it's, I've never done anything like this before and it's really, really high and I'm not very good with heights, so big, deep breath all the way.
I'm hoping it gets easier. I think this is just to scare us a bit. A big opening.
It's all about coordination and I'm not very coordinated, so I could well get tangled up halfway up, but in the end I'm confident I will get to the top.
This is the worst day of my entire life. I'm stood in front of a pole about 20 miles high and I've got to climb to the top of it and I don't like heights. I'm physically, mentally drained, sick of this pole and I haven't even put my foot on it yet.
Chris, James, Richard, Paul. Ready? Climb! Climb!
The second batch of feeble fighters are away with their little flags. How depressing, exciting. Poor Craig, these guys are almost as bad as the last bunch. Anyway, I think that's oddball unicycle kid James at the front. What a loser. James wins his heat, but it's still a rubbish climb. This is just dreadful. Perhaps Chris isn't cut out for this. First the cotton wool fear, and now, like the others, a shameful first trial.
I did try to rest at the top, but I just couldn't let go, so I just thought I'd hug it instead. Felt safer.
Oh dear, Craig will have to stamp out that kind of behaviour. Mummy's boy Richard is heading for another dunking for only just spotting the bleeding obvious.
Now I do realise that I am extremely unfit and I need to lie down.
Which just leaves Paul, who seems to have been confused by vertigo and thinks the trial is about screaming like a donkey.
Get mad at it, Polly! No sleeping at the top.
Ding ding. No.
You're all right, dude.
Please.
You're all right. Move the left leg down to the next. Go, Polly. Paul, you're gonna have to come down to get that strap up.
Just one more step.
Yeah! Get that flag in.
Yes!
Yeah, let's get down. You can.
No.
You can.
I can't.
Just have a good breather and think about it. Pull the flag out for starters. Drop the flag. Just give it a yard out and drop it. Just remember that those ropes are there for your safety. You'll be all right.
No, I want to come down now.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah. Stay close to the pole. Good work. Good work.
No.
You're all right, dude.
Please.
You're all right.
Keep breathing.
You've done the hard part, Paul. Good.
Pull. Left foot, right foot. What? I'm happy here. I'm not moving. Just take your left foot down one step. Good. You can do it. I can't. You can, mate. Good. It's easier. Stretch your legs. Left foot down. No. Please.
You'll be all right, Paul. Just take some breaths. Think about what you're doing.
Can I order a pizza?
Yeah. Awesome. Good work. Good work.
How'd you feel, mate? That was top
Good job.
quality.
I certainly don't consider myself a wimp anymore. What wimp could do that? Just look at other people around us who've faced their own fears and challenges today. Yeah! Points aren't important. It's a voyage of discovery. And I've discovered two things about me today. I can do things that I'd never thought I could do before.
Results as follows. In first place, John with 10 points. Second place, Mike Sullivan, 9 points. Third place, James with 8 points. Then as reads, Chris with 7 points. Richard with 6 points. Paul with 5 points. Norman, 4 points. And Michael, 3 points. You got a big day tomorrow. You ready to make up some space? Good.
So, after the first trial, here's the leaderboard.
Morning! Out of the tent, please! All of you in a line, please. Great job yesterday, but we can all agree that we were abysmally out of shape, yes?
Yes.
All agreed?
Yes.
So let's start today with a run. Let's turn that around. Let's go! Settle in.
It's the first of their daily workouts, and Craig and James are enjoying some male bonding.
Be really firm like a cock.
Be really firm like a cock, turgid like man meat. That's right. Ah! Richard's a killer! You feel stronger for it? You feel like you're enjoying the experience?
I
feel like a right man.
Yeah, right on. You ready, John?
I can do one.
You can do one? Yeah.
Piercing has been linked with manliness in countless cultures. Sioux warriors from North America had to prove themselves at Sundance rituals by inserting hooks into their skin, tying them to ropes attached to trees, and then literally tearing themselves free. Insane. But just one of the many piercing rituals around the world.
There's a particular custom in the Middle East called a fada, which is a piercing that goes through the scrotum to make sure that your bollocks don't regress back into your body and send you plummeting back into childhood. We're not going to be doing that today. Well, maybe. Fellas, if you can come over here, I'll explain to you what your second trial is. This next trial is a pain threshold trial. You will be inflicting pain on yourselves with needles. And now it's time for me to go make sure that the guy who knows everything about pain rights and initiation is ready for you guys, all right?
Meet Mr. Pricky. Quentin Inglis here knows all there is to know about shoving sharp things into skin. He's even scarred his chin and stuck lumps of plastic in his arm. Groovy, man.
The North American Indians with the Sundance and with sort of various rituals that they did, it was about proving your worth to the tribe as a male. If you were worried about the concept of pain, you were going to be of no use on the battlegrounds, you're of no use to the tribe really.
Right.
Therefore you're better off to go and do the cooking, the cleaning and the gathering. I mean that's the thing, I mean people tend to perceive that I've got this incredibly high tolerance to pain.
Right.
I go home and hang on hooks when I get bored.
I'd have assumed that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
What I've realised is it's the concept of pain. It's more the thought of it. So
Right.
we think it's going to hurt, so you tense the body.
Right.
As you go through, you make the skin more rigid, which means you're reinforcing what you already thought. If you just relax into the experience and just go, yeah, it's going to be a sharp pinch,
Yeah.
and do it, it's fine.
Are you looking forward to taking on the challenge of these 8 fellas, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. If they go through with it, which
Yeah.
I'm sure they can go through with it,
Yeah.
they will learn so much about themselves, about the preconceptions that they have about doing things. Oh, I'm a wimp, oh, I can't do this. If they really believe in themselves,
Yeah.
they can go through with it. It's just here.
Alright guys, my name is Quentin and I'm your piercing expert for the day.
How long are the needles actually?
Probably about this long or something like that.
We have to do it to ourselves?
Yes.
These full marks beneath the lips, what are they?
It's scarification.
Alright.
So it's sort of cut out.
What on earth is that in your arm?
These are subdermal implants, so it's lumps of plastic that are inserted underneath the skin.
Oh.
So you cut the skin, you make a pocket, put them in, and then stitch them up.
Why does that do for you then?
Nothing, I just like the idea of modifying and changing my body. Any more questions about the trial, or...? You're right there, Chris.
No.
It's in your mind, mate, honestly, it's really the thought of it. You can do it, just a bit of self-belief, yeah?
For this trial, the semi-men must pierce themselves in 4 places, graded from painful to excruciating. Point 1 is the forearm, then the side, followed by the chest, and finally through the lip. If they can take the pain, if they manage all 4, points will be decided on the overall speed of piercing, from being handed the needle to penetration. Lovely.
I don't like needles, so I've been trying to go through it in my mind. What's going to happen, now it's going to happen, so it's been hard.
Get in there. Relax. Have a good time. Focus. You're going to do great, Chris.
Piercing is dangerous and shouldn't be attempted without professional help. Piercing the wrong place can damage sensitive nerve bundles.
But it's easier if we mark it for you to get them all marked and stuff like that.
The wimps must pierce themselves, pushing the needle through their own feeble bodies.
You'll be fine. So I'm going to gently clamp everything for you. Right, I need you to give me your other hand. Hold it quite firmly. Okay, close your eyes if you wish. Put the fingers down a bit. There, done. You've done it. Well done. Deep breaths out. Relax yourself. Slow breathing. Okay, you can gently take the liver out. I'll take that off you. Put that in the sharp spin. Deep breaths. Relax yourself. Well done. Okay. Good. Well done. Good. Good. Put that out if you wish.
Sorry.
The last and most painful puncturing is through the lip. If Chris can summon up the bravado for this, he'll have completed the trial. Go, Chris.
Oh my God! You did it. Sit and relax. You take a few minutes just to take a few deep breaths. I don't want you to rush off anywhere.
Fantastic effort. Oh dear. He's fainting. After all that fuss and noise, he's keeling over now.
A bit lightheaded still.
Yeah, that would be better. Once we've got you lying down for a few minutes, what you'll find is you start to balance everything out and you'll start to come back down.
If I keep my eyes open, I can focus on something.
Yeah, just...
I might put my top back on.
Yeah, you can indeed, yeah.
It's one thing I've never done or never probably ever do again, but I don't know if it's one of the most foolish things I've ever done as well, because it is a pretty crazy thing to do, and it's something that you don't even think about unless you're really into that sort of thing, and I'm definitely not.
All right, Norman.
Hi, Craig. How are you?
Good luck in there. All right.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Thank
It'll
you.
go just fine. We'll see you in a few minutes. All
Okay.
right?
Okay, and then just gently push it through. Through.
Oh dear.
Don't feel lightheaded or anything like that? Woozy?
No.
Well done.
No. It's not going to hurt, not one bit. In fact, I don't feel pain at all.
We're going to get you to hold the needle the same.
That's it.
Push straight through.
There you go. There you go. Can I take it out now? Yes, please. Can I take it out?
Yep, take it out.
Thank you very much. Woof. There you go. There.
Right.
There you go. There. Look at that. Look at that, everybody. Look, I'm so... Oh, God. Can I take it out now, please?
Yep,
Oh,
take it
you
out.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Through. Done.
That. Hey, look.
You did it.
Hands.
You did it.
Yes. Can I take it out?
You can
now?
take it out.
Yes, now. Yes.
Let me put that away for you.
Oh, my God.
And you have just done...
Oh, my God.
The whole challenge. You should be very, very proud of yourself, mate. You can do t-shirts and stuff like that. This bit's probably going to be taking those off.
I don't know. Sort of blurred now. I'm in shock.
Perfect.
Okay.
Congrats.
Thank you.
You did 4.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
And get out of here.
Oh, okay.
Get!
Yeah, I'm still a bit shaken up, but proud. I'm really proud. I never thought I could do that, but I'm absolutely thrilled.
Such a brave boy, that's great. Let's see how Mike gets on. Remember, he wets himself at the very sight of a plane. This should be a laugh.
Have a good one, Mike. I know you're going to do well.
Hold the needle like that in your hand, however you feel you've got it held, and we're going to put it gently up to the mark.
Right.
Like so.
I don't think I can do that.
Take a deep breath. You can do it. You've had piercings. You know, you can go. We've got the clamp on there. Have a go.
No, I like... No, that's fine.
Okay then,
Thanks
mate.
very
No
much.
worries.
No, I didn't like the challenge at all. Started looked and I thought, there's no way I could do it.
Oh no, what a damp squib.
King Richard.
Come on, Richard, your survival in Craig's camp depends on showing courage. Get the hell out of Loserville.
Done. Through.
I was a bit dubious about doing it myself with my shaky hands, but I say that one didn't really hurt, so I was confident with the others.
And go through. Done.
Obviously, everyone worries about pain, but I'm sure now that if I do have to put myself through some pain, or someone wants to put me through pain, then I'll be able to handle the situation a bit better.
Progress, yay!
Well done, mate.
Cheers.
Let's have the rest of you invertebrates then.
All right.
Whenever you wish to push through now. And you're through.
I didn't have many problems in that. I'm getting really nervous now for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm naked.
Right on, Michael.
There we are. And that's through. You're through.
You won't believe how happy I am with myself. I'm really overjoyed with the way that went.
Oh, it's John. What's Mr. Confidence got to say this time?
That was stunningly easy.
Might have guessed. Paul, he's got over his fear of heights and is brimming with confidence. Brilliant!
So how are you feeling yourself?
Fine.
Excellent. So we just get you to put that on the table.
Sorry.
You alright, mate? There we go. So, right, just take a few deep breaths. And just try to relax yourself.
What's happening? He's not even seen the needle yet and it's all going to pot.
Just take a bit of time just to settle yourself and stuff like that. This is the adrenaline kicking in and stuff like that, so it's totally normal how you're feeling. It's not a problem. Just take the time. Okay. How are you feeling?
Let's do it.
What I'm going to do is get you to hold it a little bit like that. Okay, I'm going to put it up to the skin whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Just gently there. Okay.
What do I do?
And just push towards me. Done it. And you can just gently take it out whenever you wish.
This way.
And the same way out. Gently put it out. Can you take that? Just sit and relax. How you feeling?
If it's alright, can I just be happy with that one? If that's
whatever
okay with you.
That's no problem with me.
I just want to. I'm just happy that I've done that.
You've actually done. You've achieved.
I've done more. I've done 100% more than I was going to do. And I'm. That's another fear. I can't even stand looking at needles. I've actually put a needle into myself.
Yeah.
I've done it again. I just keep on surprising myself. I've went off back 20 million foot pole yesterday when I said I couldn't do it. I've got myself a little bandage and me trophy here. I think I'll keep this on for a long time.
In last place, you know who you are. Mike Sullivan did so well yesterday, thought he could glide a bit today. 7th place, Paul. Nice scar, battle wound. 6th place, that's Chris. Norman, you're in 5th place. John, 4th place. James, 3rd place. Michael, cooking in there. Pearson quick. And Richard, 1st place.
After the first 2 trials, Norman and Paul are in the doghouse, while John keeps a slim lead over Richard and James. Will he be able to keep that lead in the next trial?
We all feel a bit more confident? Definitely. Yeah, louder and yes, good, all right.
It's the end of day 2 on their journey from wimphood to warriorship. The wimps settle down for their staple diet of breadsticks and cheese and a snooze in their weird dome. Coming up, it's make or break time for the weeds as they take on a trial which could one day save their scrawny necks.
We've all been there. You're having a quiet drink at the pub when the local tough guy comes up to ask if you want to dance. Before you can say, sorry fella, I prefer the company of women, he's already delivering the first blow. It'd be nice to know that you can defend yourself, and that's what the next trial is all about.
Our wimps couldn't defend themselves against a bunch of grannies at a jumble sale. But for any man, just wearing the wrong football shirt has often been enough to provoke a thorough pounding. Every week, over 20,000 men in the UK are hospitalised after bouts of pub violence that could have been avoided. The prospect of this trial seems to have had a strange effect on the wimps. They've started getting all tough, and thoughts have moved on to who'd get beaten up in a man-camp brawl.
It would have to be myself, because I can't be mean to anybody else.
I've got a funny feeling if anyone will get hurt, it'll be me.
Get myself in a half Nelson and then I'd be done.
I don't know, I think I'd go for Paul.
I'm sorry, John, but it'd have to be you, mate. I mean, normally I wouldn't harm a fly.
If I was to attack somebody in the camp, it would probably be John, because I think he needs to grow up a little bit. He's a bit immature and he's causing a lot of grief within the group.
If anyone's going to get attacked, it's probably going to be me.
Christ. Bam, you're down. Anyway, this is Dave Gillett. He's got over 10 years' experience as a police self-defence instructor. If anyone can restrain a thug, he can.
Do you think that having, control over your own preservation is something that can give you confidence?
I think it'll give them some sort of self-esteem now. We're not going to achieve miracles overnight, especially the short time with space we've got to work with. But what we can do is give them a foundation, give them something that they can then take away with them. Yeah. Maybe not confident enough to jump into a situation, but certainly if one's sprung on them, they've got something to be able to call upon. Okay guys, what we're here today to do is some control and restraint techniques. These are the essence of the police and control techniques that you'll see not just here but around the world. It's going to be
the yellow-bellied fighters need to learn how to stop an attacker by forcing his wrists into painful controlling positions.
Down, straight around into the hold. There's the lock, there's the control, and you can take him down now to the ground. Let's enjoy it, and if you hear me shouting stop, 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 stop. Okay? We control through the threat of pain. If I bend it a little bit more, it might make a different reaction.
Jesus!
Yeah, see? So we've got to get a bend in the arm, so we've got to get it to here. How do we do that really quickly? Hit the muscle, just on a little bit there. Straight up, and push that arm up. Push it over, and I've got that gooseneck, can you see?
I need to create a space, and I give him that space to fall into. Taking the joints one way and the other way. We go bang, we smarten him up a little bit. Bang.
Is that hurting?
No, but yes it is.
Michael is playing the part of the attacker, although his mind seems to have wandered back to that sex act in the disabled toilet.
What's that supposed to be? Get a grip. Grab hold of me, man. Grab hold of me. I'm going to bitch slap you in a minute. Come on. Grab hold. Grab hold. Go on. That's better. Break it out.
In this trial, we'll be looking to see how much they've taken on board. These are skills they can really benefit from, as most of them have been beaten up in the past. Failure is not an option, although still quite likely.
I'm throwing you over. You've got all the air and have you on the floor and ripping you up and I got your wallet off you. They're not quite Steven Seagal yet, but
So you want
maybe Mr. Bean does self-defence at the minute, but they're getting there. They're getting there. There's some potential.
The little weeds have been trained in the fine art of restraining thugs and are about to put their skills to the test.
To succeed here, the wimps will have to use all the restraining techniques they've learned. Our hired thug will come at them with 3 attacks. The weeds must apply a restraining hold. If they don't, they will be thrown to the floor. Scores will be allocated by Craig and our expert. If they fail at this, it would be a big blow to their chances of staying the course, and a real disappointment.
All right, ladies, the training's over. Thugs, are you ready? Wimps, are you ready? Let's get it on! I don't know how much looking like 40 pounds of shit in a 30-pound bag is going to help him.
See if he can talk his way out of this one.
They're holding hands.
He's thinking,
They're thinking about kissing. They're just about... Oh, the... All right, you might pick yourself up. Yeah.
Go on, John.
There you are. Hit him with your handbag. Oh, boy. Oh, he's being reversed. Get up. The choke from
Last
behind.
one.
Oh,
Here we
okay.
go.
Oh,
It's looking good. It's looking good. Gone
He's
somewhere.
broken it. I thought
He's
he was
going
a
around. He's
statistic,
running.
but-
He's
oh.
running.
Run for his life.
I think he's done.
I was a bit wary of how I went to shake my hand just in case he tried to flip me. But he did say I had a lot of spunk, so there's always hope.
Oh, he's turning to expose the neck. You don't want to expose a
What's he
neck
gonna
like
do?
that.
He's
Oh.
gone.
He's in a
Gonna
position
take
to
it down.
run.
No,
Oh,
he's not.
boy.
He's going up in the
Oh.
air himself. Oh, no, that was a bit of a poor performance, wasn't it?
Yeah. And there it is. Trap it. Take it down. Oh, yeah. Keep it. Oh, what the?
Gone.
Chris has managed to get the attacker's wrist and apply a restraining hold. Well done.
I got him down once, and he bashed the mat for me to get off him. I probably do feel a bit more of a warrior doing that.
Need it.
Oh!
You know, I'm not the sort of person who attacks somebody in a pub, but I'm probably the sort of person that would get attacked. So I like to know, you know, I know now I've probably got a chance of looking after myself.
Norman seems to be halfway there.
Good job. Good job.
He's going for the wrist but can't make it stick.
Yes, we're crying out loud. You can't not hear. Not with it.
No, he's going.
He's down!
Got knocked out at one point, so I know I didn't get 3 out of 3.
Oh! There's a funeral in Scunthorpe.
This really is a shower of shame. He'd all be dead in a real punch-up. Awful.
I knew what I had to do going in there, but I didn't do it basically, and I got slammed 3 times. I don't think I'm any more of a warrior, I'm afraid.
Choke from behind. Jeez, he's
And he's gone.
Can I get a body bag about 6'2"?
Although I'm quite big, I'm not one of the most physical people in the world. Wasn't quite so ready for him getting right in there.
We got some man love here.
I'll take 2 of the skills out into the real world. In particular, the one where someone grabs you from behind. It's a great skill to have learnt today. Maybe it's not 100% exact.
Oh, nice try.
But I'm pleased to have known the basis of it.
Motivate yourself.
Come on, James. No, he's not going to get anything, is he?
Trouble now.
Boom. He's lost it. He's not going to get it like that.
No.
He's lost it like that.
Oh. He's consistent, though.
Consistently poor.
Right across the board failure.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that I'm pissed off only because you failed at something that in a real scenario could have caused you great harm or worse. So I am angry at you for that, but I think you're angry at yourselves if you have any sense of self-preservation. I'm assuming you would be. Today in 8th place is John. 7th place is Mike. 6th place Norman. 5th Richard. 4th James. 3rd Paul. 2nd Michael. And in 1st place Chris.
It's always the quiet ones. Unicycle kid James has ended up in the lead after the first 3 trials. Not much to boast about given the competition. All the same, he's going to get an embarrassing reward for his efforts.
And against my better wishes, there is a prize for being first after 3. So you guys, let's tuck in. Let's do better tomorrow, yeah? Okay.
James has won a massage. Hopefully it'll encourage the others to put some real work in.
Well, if I tap twice, it's getting far too painful.
Next time on Wimps to Warriors, the guys wrestle pigs, get trigger happy, go mental in the night, and hopefully get tougher.
I'm fucking toasty!